Aaron, dude, for some reason I kind of enjoy when you're a little bit upset with like speakers that you're reviewing.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm kind of like laughing how annoyed you are.
Yeah. I was visibly annoyed. I was more annoyed before I started filming, and I was like, all right, I've got to like bring myself down a notch because I just seem too annoyed. And it's just, but yes.
Yeah, I don't know about the shape of that last one that you did. You know, it has that weird. It does look like a straight up like 3D printed speaker.
It does. It looks stupid.
They should have made it like made out of like wood, like a cool like mid-century modern, and just charge like even more money.
Yeah, I mean the build quality on it is. I mean, aside from the look, but the build quality on it is. It feels really sturdy, and you know what I mean. It just feels really good, but it looks weird.
Yeah, I actually reached out to the guy that I know at FiiO, however you say it.
I don't know. I always thought it was FiiO, but
I'm gonna share the email if he says that it's okay for me to share it with you. But he was real cool about it. He's like, yeah, man, Aaron did his thing. He's like, and like he didn't disagree with anything. He's like, oh yeah, it's probably because they did this and he did that. Like straight up, like it was cool about it. So I thought you would appreciate that. Like he's like, oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even so annoyed with the product. It was just when I was reading through the page, I was like, what is this crap? You know, like talking about this tweeter plays, because it's a 1-inch tweeter, it plays flat from 10 kilohertz to 20 kilohertz. And I'm like, dude, your own specs don't even show that. Like I'm looking at your graph right there and it drops 5 dB at 16 kilohertz. Like, what are you talking about?
maybe there's a disconnect between the guys who like make it and the guys who do the marketing. I think that happens a lot.
They're all disconnected. That's the problem. You know, anyway, it's a bad design. Like stuff like, it's like the Presonus Eris that I tested. I'm not even going to do a video for that. I'm just not wasting my time.
Really? Yeah. But I want to see you upset though.
I think I'm upset.
A little bit
I
upset.
may do like a live.
Can't you do it in a way where you're like, at least you enjoy being upset about it?
Yeah, I should just like be a caricature of myself.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Hey everybody, here's the worst speaker I've ever seen in my life.
I get what you're saying though, because like it seems like it would be fun, but it's never fun. It's not fun really to.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I made a short for it. I made a post on my YouTube page and my Facebook group, so it's not like I didn't post the information out there and I published the data and I wrote what I didn't like about it in the review. But I'm like, I don't want to go through the process of creating another video and editing another video back to back. For the same kind of deal where it's like. It's a scooped out mid-range, super bright highs, a one-note wonder on the bass. Like, come on, let's do something.
So did you get those Kanto auras that I mentioned to you?
I have not, no. But when you mentioned them, I remembered them. I met I guess maybe one of their reps.
When you mentioned it, oh yeah, of course, I remembered it now.
I think you should reach out to the guys at Kanto, just because I do have that speaker. I've measured it, listened to it, and it's around that same price range. Of that one that you're looking at. I think it's like they're like good competitors to one another, and I think finally, I could be wrong, but I think you might at least say finally.
Yeah,
well,
because you recommended the monolith one, and I didn't review. I don't know, did I review that one? I think I reviewed a similar one, and I didn't really like that one too much.
They have another one. It's like a DT3, I think, and that one's not any good. But the MM3 is actually it's not great, but it's better than the other one. Yeah, I have a hard time finding any. They're like halfway decent. And people were like, well, it's because they're cheap. And then, so Andrew Jones even replied to my Facebook group when somebody said, well, what can you expect when you're paying $99? And Andrew Jones was like, well, actually, so he chimed in. I was like,
actually, you can expect quite a bit.
Yeah.
He's like, I made speakers that were $99 and $129, and they were all right. I just thought it was funny. And then Lars Risbo from Purify, he replied to my post on Facebook, and he just said, OMG. Like about how bad the Presonus was. I was like, yeah, when you got other, dudes who do this stuff for a living, don't even necessarily design speakers in that same space, but do it for a living. And they're like, this is terrible. Then maybe you should listen to them. It's not just me.
So, is the not to give it all away, but this one that you reviewed, is it plastic? Made out of plastic? Or
the Presonus is, but the FiiO, the one that you're talking about, no, I mean, it's some kind of metal because it's dense and it's heavy. So it's got to be some kind of metal. Yeah, I think. I'm sure you can pull up the website and see, but
this other one that I'm not allowed to like really review yet. You know, the Kanto is supposed to, you know, there's a whatever.
Yeah.
What do you call it? What do you call it?
NDA.
Embargo.
Embargo. You know.
There it is.
But I mean, they've already shown it at Audio Advice.
I heard them.
Yeah,
I heard
them. It's not like that's a secret.
Not like
but they want to. I think they just want to keep it so that like there's a release date and then like a big splash. Okay, I get it. You know. But the thing about it is like, it's the enclosure is plastic.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I feel about that. You know.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, can a speaker of that size be good and be made out of plastic? The enclosure? Because first thing I think of resin.
Yeah, no, I think so. You know, as long as it's reasonably braced and the engineering behind it's solid, no pun intended. Yeah, I've come across plastic speakers that I thought were pretty all right. You know, it just depends. It just depends.
Like those,
like you with the plastic
ones, you can ones that you liked, right? Those.
Yeah, like those.
You love those
ones. I did. Those were pretty awesome. No, what was it? Somebody had some 3D printed speakers that he sent out to me just for me to goof around with, and I made a video on it. I was pretty impressed by those little BMR full range, you know, and a portable little enclosure. It was pretty neat, you know.
Right.
So it can be done.
Home Audio Channel says the front baffles on the Calis are plastic and sound great. Do they not have wood? I kind of assumed there's like a wood baffle and then they put that on the front of it. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I think the JBL, the 305Ps, MK2s, and 308s, I think those are plastic baffles.
Straight up plastic.
Well.
Like the speakers mounted on plastic.
I think so. Yeah, and you know, I'm sure that there are more that you and I have reviewed, and we just don't even remember right now.
Oh yeah,
plastic.
Well, there's like, you know, my speakers, my PA speakers are they use a plastic, right? I showed you the picture of the
outdoor
whole
speakers.
Yeah, I mean, but they do make a wood version, and they just cost like double.
Yeah.
And you know, you'll get a better sound out of them, better sounding sound, more better bassy. Because you know, hey, let's just use the words that all these companies. It's a good, better quality bass out of a wooden enclosure.
John,
plastic
you
enclosure.
You need to see this one that we're talking about. I don't know if you saw my review, but the FiiO SP3. So it's got.
I don't think Shauna watches your reviews.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have a feeling he doesn't.
If they pop up, I do. I just don't like Joe's video. 17 minutes long, dude. Come on, bro. That last, I was just like, oh.
Hey, I don't like watching my videos either. So we're
like, damn.
Make sure to check out our audio-only version of the podcast at anchor.fm/Daily HiFi, or just go to your favorite podcasting service and search for Daily HiFi.